What is going on, guys? Clay here, back at it again with yet another edition of Pantherology. Welcome to today's video, and we are day 5 of training camp. Have some roster moves. YGM feels that he needs to have some respect put on his name, and is Cade Mays the front runner up for that right guard position? Before we get into today's video, live stream, make sure you pound the like button. Appreciate all of y'all. Love all of y'all for showing the support. There's 7 people in here, so there should already be 7 likes. It's goes a long way. Heels Rule says, hi, how's it going? Heels Rule, it's going good. How about yourself? I hope you're having a great Tuesday and a great start to your week. Appreciate everyone joining again. All right. So I got my Twitter pulled up here, got some stuff for you, but let's go ahead and get into the roster changes. So John Pincini and Aaron Mosby have been released. We're now back to our 90 roster spot. Because we signed Deion Jones and brought in defensive end Nick Thurman yesterday, which means I knew that they were going to have to part ways with 2 players this morning, which I kind of figured that was happening. Number 1, John Pincini failed his physical and has been grappling with a undisclosed injury since OTAs. Unfortunately, he's been unable to participate on field activities. So after the 2021 season, he made the tough decision to retire due to ongoing injuries. Aaron Mosby, on the other hand, spent a significant portion of his rookie season on the practice squad. Despite this, he managed to make an appearance in 3 games, predominantly contributing to the special teams. So as we continue to tune up this roster in preparation for the season, I mean, these moves are going to signify this team's commitment to maintaining a competitive and efficient lineup. So we're just going to be saying bye to guys and players, and it's never easy, but you have to continue your focus as assembling a well-balanced and capable team for the challenges that lie ahead when it comes to getting into the regular season. So it is what it is. Wright had some big time praise for Frankie Louvu today. Yeah, I actually have it right here.
Unique guy, Frankie. So you need to get back in our stadium. Hope to see a lot of people out there. We had a good response here in Spartanburg the other day. Hoping to see a bunch of people out there. It'll be good energy, and we hopefully put on a good show.
How would you evaluate Bryce's play today and just in general so far? Through a pick today, but also some receivers.
Yeah, I thought Bryce had a good day today in the red zone. When you get down to really tight windows, right, as we all know. And so age where you have to try things out. Like we're going to tell him, hey, challenge yourself. See if you can put the ball in that place, in that window, against that coverage. We need to find those things out now. What are we comfortable with? Did you like the way he ran that route? So I thought Bryce did a great job of that today, as did all the quarterbacks. And, you throw enough down there, you're going to have some good ones and some bad ones. But I thought it was a good day.
Today was a pretty quick practice. Is that a matter of plan or efficiency or what?
Yeah, everything. Yes. Yes and yes. Yeah. And, so we kind of go, we have short days, medium days, and long days. And so there's a pattern and a method, and, and it's
guys, there's 9 people in here. Make sure you kind of like button. Much appreciated to you guys. Love all of you for showing your support. We're also so close.
The way we kind of make it
subscribers, so that goes a long way.
In those 3 categories is by the length more than anything, more as far as intent. We walk through in the morning, full intensity in the afternoon, but then just switch the duration up.
With CJ Henderson out, Miller obviously has to step up. He had the red zone your own. What have you seen from him so far? What do you think of your quarterback depth?
I'm sorry, one more time. That was 100% my fault. My brain was somewhere else for a split second.
So CJ Henderson out, Keith
Yeah.
Taylor in,
Yeah.
has to pick in the red zone. What have you seen from him? What do you think of your quarterback depth?
Yeah. Feel great about the cornerback depth. great play by Keith. He's strung a couple good days together now, as you guys have seen, and I think you've noted, so that's what we're looking for. I mean, the play he made today in the red zone was really nice. Made a couple nice plays the other day in the stadium here. So we need that competition. We
Guys,
need
there's
that
7
depth.
people watching, only
Unfortunately,
5
in this
likes
league, at
on the
every
like
position,
button. Love all of you.
we got to have that, and this is a time of year that we can develop that
Rogers
to
next
the
week.
fullest.
Yeah, no, me either.
You mentioned tight window. Is that something you saw on tape, right? Is that one of the things?
Yeah, I think Bryce has really good anticipation and accuracy and sees those windows and has a good sense of not only the timing, but is it worth the risk, And, a lot of times in the red zone, you think touchdown to check down mentality, right? Hey, if they're going to give us that score, we got to make them pay. But then if it's first down and, there's a time to check it down. So what I think he's showing when we did an OTAs and our first day here is a good sense of that. I saw that today. There were a couple times where he checked it down, where I maybe could have held it for a little bit longer and taken that shot into the end zone, but is it worth it? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So I thought that was good work by him.
Get done with the practice.
So let's just we'll get back into some more of the Twitter stuff. We'll go over some more of the things that I have to share with you on Twitter. But I just wanted to get into my recap and my observations of today. Training, I was watching film on Twitter. I was seeing some highlights of other things, people tweeting out, people who are actually at training camp and kind of giving live updates. And then I was also looking at the tweets on the, actual Carolina Panthers, website that, they give you a live updates with tweets on there. So I was trying to just taking in everything from everything I've seen. And, training camp has proved to be intense yet again. It's just been an intense, heat, but also intensity has, boosted the team's morale. The competition is just getting better and better. I feel like the defense has been winning this training camp so far, in my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel, but from my understanding, it seems like that the defense is winning this training camp right now. Like they're stepping up. While there is areas to improve upon, I do feel that the performance of Bryce Young and the first offense during the red zone drills, which he was just, Frank Reich was, talking about, has stood out as one of the highlights of today. It's good to finally see that we can be efficient in the red zone, because think about it, over the years, guys, we really haven't been very efficient over in the red zone. There's 10 people watching. Don't be shy. Get in the chat, get in the comment section, pound the like button. I appreciate all the support. Heels Rules basically talking to me and to himself. So feel free to get in the chat and chat it up amongst yourselves. And I promise I will get to your comments, or if you have any questions, I will get to them. But I appreciate everyone's support. But yeah, like Frank Wright was just praising Young's efforts in the red zone right there, acknowledging the difficulty of making precise throws in tight windows. Keith Taylor did intercept Bryce Young today in the final period, but I think overall Young has still showcased that he is very sharp throughout this whole training camp session, in my opinion. One notable sequence, which I will show here shortly, but which was that, Bryce Young has connected with wide receiver DJ Chark on back-to-back touchdown passes across the middle. And then followed by, a well-placed throw to tight end Hayden Hurst in front of the end zone. The thing is with Young's ability to really work the middle of the field and his willingness to really take calculated risk were encouraging signs for the team, right? And so now when you go look at the defensive side, Taylor's interception was a positive development given the team's current situation with the injuries, right? CJ Henderson, right, are absent due to injuries, and then, which is kind of leaving our quarterback position thin. And then, however, with the return of J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson, the team's cornerback depth is looking more promising. So it's good to see other guys step in, like Keith Taylor, knowing that we have these other guys out. and then, making plays when it needs to be done. There's 10 people watching. There's only 7 likes, 3 more likes, and it equals up to how many people are watching. I appreciate the support. Love everyone who is showing support to the channel today. Notable absences though from the practice field today included Marquise Haynes, which is he's having some back concerns right now. And running back Cameron Peoples, he's not getting used to the heat right now, which is a big concern, obviously. However, the potential return of rookie guard Chandler Zavala, who started the camp with a hamstring injury, who could add some depth there to the competition offensive line. I've heard that he could be making a potential return by next week. So that's some great news. There's 11 people watching and only 10 or 7 likes. Make sure you pound the like button, guys. Black Cat Panther Podcast is in here. Go show your support over there. He's live, I'm pretty sure, like every day. So go check out his channel and go show your support to those other guys in the Carolina Panthers community. Safe defense has been great. Yeah, facts. Our red zone scoring has been lacking the last couple of years. So it's good to see that. I know it's training camp. I'm not going to get my hopes up right now, but hopefully this can stay and be consistent. Jason Walton says a Tar Heel fan, but a Panthers PFP. Interesting. Jason Walton, it's a wrestling name. Heels rule. Nice. It's all right. Okay, my dumb ass forgot that was wrestling term. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I was trying to figure out what we were talking about in the chat here. Panthers to the divisional. Jason Walton, that's my prediction. I'm hoping so. I predicted us to win 10 games this year. But, only time will tell. But love what I'm seeing so far. Now, there was some other things, in the practice. We saw some honorary alumni make some appearance, which I'll show some of those pictures here shortly. Hall of Fame tight end Wesley Walls was there. Former linebacker Luke Kuechly was engaging with some of the players. Hall of Fame general manager Bill Polin. I think I'm pronouncing his last name wrong. I'm not very good with names, so bash me in the comments. I don't care. Was also present at practice. So reuniting the teams with some senior defensive assistant Dom Capers, which is good to see. Off the field, Bryce Young showed some more of his personality during the interviews today, which I will show that interview here shortly. Discussing his rookie talent show. A song choice in his new Bojangles deal. He had some humorous things to say when he recounted DJ Chark's previous gig as a DoorDash driver during his time at Alabama before the whole NIL deal. So we'll get into that interview and we'll listen into that. Some big standout plays though today. Tight end Steven Sullivan's impressive touchdown catch from Andy Dalton stood out to me, positioning him as a potential second receiving option behind Hayden Hurst. Then veteran linebacker Shaq Thompson, he displayed some leadership qualities by taking the initiative to clear the trash cans used in drills, showcasing his commitment to the team's success. And so overall, day 5 of training camp showed some promising glimpses of the team's potential, I think, with both offense and defense. Just really making strides despite the the areas that need to be improved. I think as camp progresses, the team will continue to build its depth. The competition is just going to get more intense, and just the cohesiveness to lead into a successful season ahead. So yeah, but let's go right ahead and get back into Twitter here. Let's let Frank Wright finish up his interview here.
And watch the film and stage with the coordinator or maybe a position coach. Hey, we need to target this guy more, or we need to get this guy more involved in something. We saw you Thomas really heavily involved in it.
Yes, we do that. I mean, we are always trying to spread it around. We love spreading the ball around. I mean, and we talk about it all the time. So, and I think the coaches are the position coaches do. Thomas does a great job of that in scripting it and calling it. But I think the coaches also do a good job of it. They, everything's scripted out. So you don't know where the ball's going to go on every play, but you can get it.
So everybody's eating. I mean, based off my understanding from this interview, everybody is eating. I kind of figured out because of how much depth we have at every position on offense when it comes to the wide receivers. Now it seems like the running back depth has gotten better. When I say they've gotten better, they're progressing throughout training camp, and they seem to be, these guys are stepping in when Miles Sanders isn't and making plays. The tight end, same thing. Tommy Trimble made a great play this past Saturday. Ian Thomas has actually made a couple plays, but he still seems like I think he's kind of going to be one of the guys that gets cut, unfortunately for him. But Steven Sullivan now is stepping in, like I was saying. That's why I brought it up from my observations. It seems like he was, he caught a touchdown pass. So everybody's going to be eating. There's so much depth. There's so much unknown on this team. So I feel like the best thing to do is obviously, like Frank Wright said, spread the ball around, which I totally agree.
An idea of, hey, who's number one in the progression, and try to switch it up like that. So I think that's important. Make guys feel involved.
What little things let's say it in Bryce, that you feel like you need to work on to get better at?
Everything. I don't mean to say it like that, but like literally, there's
Bryce definitely needs to work on everything. He's a rookie. So the reporter asked him, what does Bryce Young need to work on the most? And it's just like Frank Wright said. I totally agree. I think he's, as a rookie, you have to work on everything. You're not going to come out and be Patrick Mahomes your first go around. It just doesn't work out that way.
Players are good in so many ways, but our mentality is we got to scratch and claw for incremental improvement in every area. Incremental, these players are already so good, but what can we do? We can have small incremental improvement in every area.
He reminded any player you coached before or played with?
Bryce? Oh, Frankie.
Here we go with the
guy.
Frankie.
Frankie's so unique. That guy, he has so much energy, such a good player, so versatile. I was talking to Scott the other day, and I said, how do we end up with this guy? Man, this was like the steal of the century. Getting Frankie on the team.
Century.
So love his leadership, love his plays, consistency, his aggressiveness. We're in a good place with Frankie.
You said that this move made sense and that he feels welcome. What do you think he can bring to the team?
Yeah, he's a playmaker. He's been a consistent playmaker. He's had production, athletic guy, smart guy. Listen, we got to get to know him, but everything we know, be a good teammate. Obviously culture is really important to us, team first mentality. So, he'll have a chance to work himself in and improve that.
You've seen Bryce and DJ build some good chemistry. What have you seen out of those two?
Yeah, DJ Chark and Bryce Young have been built nothing but building chemistry. Nothing but building chemistry. But today, this is Young in the red zone. Short middle pass to Thomas. Scramble to the right, out of bounds. Throw away under pressure. Play action, right. Slant to Thomas. End zone interception by Keith Taylor. Looking for Thomas. Throw away, and then hand off to Shenada out the backfield, which was a touchdown. And I'll show that video here shortly. Here's Deion Jones, our new linebacker.
Give me an opportunity. And like I said, just ready to get back to ball.
Lubu's a dog,
Get back flying around.
I kind of see him going to end up being the pass rusher on the other side of Brian Bird. But we'll see.
Yeah, help me in a good transition, meet new people, learn the playbook quick, and get a system to getting all that down. And so far, so good.
Deion, you are wearing 53. Was that by choice? And did anyone tell you that's Burns' old number?
Yeah, I know that's Burns' old number. But that's the number that they had available right now. And right now, I ain't worried about the number, just ready to get into things and fly around.
He's wearing, if y'all don't know, Deion Jones actually is ending up wearing Brian Burns' old number 53. But that literally, he had no choice. That was the only number available for him. So 12 people are watching. Make sure you pound the like button, show your love. I appreciate it. So let's continue the interview. I want to kind of hear more.
Played in a lot of schemes. Obviously it's only been day one, but how is this one different from other ones that you played in? And how do you think your strengths?
To be honest, I don't even know it that well yet to even give you that type of answer. So still learning, still, like I said, soaking everything in. And yeah.
How much familiarity do you have with Shaq and Boots, guys that are for a while?
You know what I'm saying? Watching them play, of course, in the same division, his speed.
Jason Walton, I'll get to your comment here in a second.
Watching him fly around and
give me 1 second.
Trying to add to that any way I can.
Dion, WCCB Charlotte, what do you think is the one thing that you can bring to this younger front seven? What do you think is the biggest thing you bring?
Right now, just experience and flying around right now.
Just experience and flying around.
You said this team made sense. Why did it make so much sense for you?
Like I said, coaching staff, team, the way they made me feel welcome. Seemed like a good locker room. And like I said, I'm trying to fit in where I can fit in. Man, I play whatever. It don't matter. It's ball.
He just wants the ball.
The separation, that's the part that, I've
So
been around a lot of great quarterbacks, been around a lot of great quarterbacks, and hearing stories about the greats, hearing stories about the people who have had success at this level, this league. There's the practice field, and there's the meetings, but it's always that extra. Being able to, whatever it is, whatever routine, whatever films being watched, whatever conversations are being had. There's so much that I've heard, and been around and had experience with of seeing the greats. And I think that's really what separates people. And again, by no means am I there. I'm just doing my best to work to get to that level and put in that extra stuff, and that stuff that I take pride in. And again, just from hearing what the greats have done, and I do my best to do whatever I can to help the team and my preparation, my stuff off the scenes. But I think those are those little things that can push from good to great, and I'm trying to do everything I can to follow that cadence.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to see out of a rookie guy. I mean, he's coming in, but still being still staying afterward. He might not be the first one on the field. Seems like Miles Sanders has been the one lately, but there's been other people lately beating him on the field. But he's not the first one on the field, but that's not neither here nor there. It's more the fact that he's taking the time at the end of practice and still staying on the field and getting that extra work in. So you got to love seeing that kinds of things. And which, yes, exactly. Here's Rule. Exactly. It sounds like a leader, and that's what you need. We need a guy that's going to be the first one on, last one off, or even if he's not the first one on, he's the one that's still staying after practice, getting extra reps in, then also either in or even going to the film room and just sitting there and watching film. Like that proves that you're a leader, that you're the one staying up and studying and working harder than anybody else. And that's what he's saying. Like all the greats, if you think about it, Rodgers, Brady's, especially Brady. Brady was the first one on, last one off the field. He was also going to the study room. So those kinds of mentalities is what brings in leadership. But back to your question here, Jason Walton. I haven't forgot about your question here. So do you think we will have twice the amount of passing yards over rushing yards? I think we could see. I mean, I can see Miles Sanders being another 1,000-yard back. I mean, I do. And then maybe Chuba or, whoever ends up being the number 2, maybe Blackshear. Blackshear has shown some good signs. Maybe, maybe Peoples could come out of nowhere. I don't know. But whoever the backup is to Sanders, because probably going to put around 2 to 3, I would say probably around 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5, maybe even 500 yards. Who knows? But yes, I feel like our offense is going to be, this is a pass catching league. I think now that we have a franchise guy who obviously I think can be another, who I think has the ability to be a great quarterback in the NFL. Obviously we'll just see how it transitions once he, gets his first start and we'll see. And I'm not going to base it off just one game, but we'll see how he does. But I think that our passing offense will have more yards than our rushing offense. But I still think that Miles Sanders will put up over 1,000 yards. He'll be at least 1,000-yard back. So I look forward to I'm looking forward to seeing how this because this offense is going to be very aggressive. The style of play that they are running is going to be very aggressive. So I'm looking forward to it. Alright, sounds like a leader. Love it. Yep. I hope Bryce does the football giveaway like Cam did when he scored. That would be cool. I would love to see that. I would love to see that myself. Sorry, my dog is like looking at me. I'm just trying to figure out what he wants. Can I help you? Do you need something? You've been fed, you've been taken out. I don't know what else to do. Okay, sorry about that. So anyways, all right, let's move on to the next thing here. I didn't get to see this interview. This is Von Bell comparing Joe Burrow or young Joe Burrow to Bryce Young, or Bryce Young to Joe Burrow, whichever one you want to call it.
In between what you saw leadership-wise out of Burrow and Bryce?
Man, it's pretty much the same. They just want to prove themselves at first and let their play do the talking. Then they go ease into the leadership role and whatnot. So they just trying to get their feet down, just really go out there and show the guys who they are, and just showing up every day to work, just trying to be a pro. And but they're very similar, and they're phenomenal talents for sure.
Very similar. What do we make of that comparison, Jason?
It's kind of what I would think from the outside looking in. I think when Joe Burrow first showed up, you didn't see this extremely outgoing personality and this loud guy. He got in, we got out there in the preseason, you saw him make some plays. I think for Bryce Young, we've seen this kind of a softer voice and a mellow kind of character. And I think for him, right now, you get out on the practice field as a rookie, you're the first overall pick. Everybody wants to see what you can do. The expectations are extremely high. So for him in the locker room, just go out there and show your teammates, hey, this is why they drafted me first overall. And I think for Von Bell, as a veteran, you're in Cincinnati and you just watched Joe Burrow do it. And you saw the way he did it. So now you get a chance to have Bryce Young come in. And these are two players that you mentioned college, Jamie, that were in very good programs who reached the highest level you can. So they know what it takes and they know how to be leaders and they know the journey it takes to become one.
And one of the best ways to be a leader is to just go out and lead by action. Yeah. I love the rah-rah guys. You need those. They get you going on days that you can't get yourself going. But one of the best leaders that I ever played with was a guy by the name of Will Shields, offensive lineman, 14 years, never missed a game in the NFL. He just went about his business, wasn't a big rah-rah guy, and just quietly. And you just have to observe, watch how he worked on his technique, watch how he went about his business, taking notes in meetings, et cetera, et cetera. I had the pleasure of meeting Bryce Young at the NFL draft in Kansas City briefly. I felt leadership immediately. Just within that 10, 15 minutes of chatting with him, I felt leadership. So Von Bell would know best, and yeah, I go with him.
It must have been cool to meet a player who's shorter than you are. I mean, that's
especially at the quarterback. That's another shot, by the way, Cal. That's two.
That's what I'm here for. I'm on the same thing, though. I think especially a quarterback who's drafted #1 overall, I think it takes a long time to gain your teammates' respect, but you can lose it very quickly. Very quickly. If you show up the wrong way. Showing up and shutting up is a difficult thing to do these days because it's always about the gram and the outfit and whatever the hell it is. Seems like he's doing it. I love every time we show him, he's always out there working his butt off with Josh McCown, who could not be a more different quarterback than him. Massive, statuesque guy, teaching him all the nuances of the game. I look at it like I used to watch Survivor all the time. And the people who would show up on the first day at camp and get eliminated are these loudmouths who are like, I'm taking control here. I'm the alpha. You're out of here. Show up, shut up, help build the shelter and help find the water and just chill for a while. Work, chill, shut up. We haven't really heard any crazy sound bites from him, and I don't think we will. I like how he's handling
himself. Plenty of goals in the locker room, too.
Right. There's plenty to go around.
Their wide receiver core is not it's not some team that you're like, oh man, Bryce Young's really going to have his work cut out for him. They drafted wide receiver. They got Adam Thielen from the Vikings. I'm not surprised by this comparison whatsoever. The question at hand was about the leadership, and that's where Von Bell took it because they're built very differently, but the magnetic draw that I think these two guys have from a cool factor and X factor kind of has a Jalen Hurts vibe to him. So people just want to. Interesting.
All right, so Pat McAfee came out. This was another one I was watching today, saying that everything that Bryce Young is doing in Carolina, he thinks is remarkable. So let's hear what he had to say.
Bryce Young, is being talked about because he's been announced the starter for the Carolina Panthers. Now, Everybody knew the number 1 overall pick's probably going to be the starter for a team that traded all the way up to number 1 to get a quarterback.
What?
But there is Andy Dalton on the roster who has started games before and could be a very easy situation to put the veteran in for like 3-4 games. Hey, here's kind of how this whole thing goes. Kind of ease your way into it as the number 1 overall guy. Everybody knows you're the guy. Andy Dalton's not the franchise guy. Everybody in this stadium, in his locker room, in the coaching staff knows.
Guys, also, if you're just new here, my name's Clay, and I'm a Carolina Panthers content creator. I go live at least once, twice a day sometimes, bringing Carolina Panthers content, also doing shorts and NFL content as well. Appreciate you being here. Just show your love by pounding the like button. Feel free to get in the comment section. Let's continue.
That you're the guy. They announced him as a starter. They say everything he's doing is remarkable.
Yeah.
And I guess coming into the league, I talked to Chris Ballard because I asked him about the quarterback situation because we knew that the Colts were drafting a quarterback at 4. Were they going to trade up? Were they going to move? What was it going to be? He said that he knew Bryce Young was going. Everybody knew his brain was just special.
Mhm.
That's what his brain is special. In every other draft, kind
I
of
love
going
Pat
into it,
McAfee.
you're always trying to figure out the person's brain. Is this person going to be able to handle money, pressure, NFL offenses, NFL defense?
Who's y'all's favorite sports like caster, like Pat McAfee, or sports like character? Like, I love Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's my favorite. Get in the comment section. Let me know who your favorite is. Pound the like button. Appreciate everyone joining and showing your support. Much love.
Defenses, NFL locker room, and also the fame and the talking that is going to come alongside all of it.
Sure.
It is not necessarily a home run with every fucker that can throw a football becoming an NFL quarterback. So whenever they talk about Bryce Young's brain coming in, that was what separated him from everybody. Remember Lombardi, Michael Lombardi, who'll be joining us today, who has been around the NFL for like 50 fucking years. He said that he was not in on Bryce. He's too small.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Bingo.
Was he Alabama? He's too small.
Is he over the line?
That's literally what he said. And then he said he started watching film. Wait a minute, this little motherfucker's really, he's seemingly figuring this whole thing out. Michael Lombardi makes a couple calls to a couple teams that have maybe talked to Bryce Young, maybe talked to Nick Saban, and he's like, the guy's a fucking brainiac, knows football inside and out, highest football IQ we've ever been around in our entire life. And he starts watching films like the film kind of saying that. I mean, seriously, the film is kind of saying what you guys are saying. Oh, so this dude's like different. They're like, yeah. He's small though. Yeah, who gives a fuck? The guy is... Drew Brees had success, right?
Right.
Has there been one before? Yeah, this guy will be another one. It's kind of what everybody starts saying. Chris Ballard kind of echoed that sentiment when I was talking to him. He said Bryce wasn't going to be available, so didn't even have to talk about it. He was clearly, with his brain and acumen and everything he had going on, he was going to be the number 1 guy. Coming out of camp, it sounds like this guy is the fucking guy.
Yes.
Listen to what teammate of his said about Bryce Young, rookie
Bradley
in the
Bozeman.
NFL, with the Carolina Panthers and the offense as a whole.
The guy's got a lot of leadership, a lot of talent. A very intelligent man. I mean, he came in, he learned the offense. I mean, he was giving presentations the other day for protection. So that says a lot about a rookie. I mean, I know I wasn't doing that as a rookie, and I was still struggling with the playbook, and he just came in and mastered it and just continued to put it out on the field and show that.
Bradley Bozeman said, I mean, goddamn, the guy's giving us presentations. He's a rookie. He just got in the building. Has never played NFL football before, which is different than SEC football. SEC football, great football. Let's not get crazy. NFL football, though, you got a lot of time. You got defense coordinators making millions and millions of dollars with a lot of time and a lot of guys studying film and a lot of time. And he's just figuring it out. What a weapon. You think they're going to be great this year? Good this year?
I don't know how good they're going to be, but from what I done seen, all right, Andy is a good quarterback, but Andy, if he's smart, like everybody else saying, there's no reason to start Andy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because he can make all of the plays. He can make all of the throws. He can use his feet. Can he pick up the defense? Can he see the heights? It was our question. Is he big enough? That was the main question.
The big thing is really the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I love Pat McAfee. I love Pat McAfee, man. There's Bryce. Let's see what else we got going on here that I wanted to share. Oh, here's the Keith Taylor snag. Yeah, not right in front of Ian Thomas. Let's watch that again. Oh, yeah. It looks like Lubu was right there with him, too. I think. Let me see. He was right there. 40 no. What was that? No? Maybe not. That was a nice snag by Keith Taylor. Let's see what else I had today. Oh, this was crazy.
There it is.
Oh, straight dime right across the middle over to DJ Chark.
There it is.
Oh, beautiful throw. Here's one right here too. Hayden Hurst. Very nice. This is what I wanted to hear too.
But yeah, I mean, before NIL, so I just want to have a little extra money, So yeah, I feel like
Nice. Thread in the needle. Oh, here's the Visca run for the touchdown. On the outside. I think that was a block by Hayden Hurst. Nice block. Nice. Yeah, here was the one that was right over the middle. Right in the red zone, right over to DJ Chark. It's a freaking dot. Nice. Well, a little bit behind him, but DJ Chark made it work. But I think he was trying to, I think that's the way it was. Luke Kuechly was there in the house. Spider senses are tingling. See if there's anything else that I wanted to share. Luke's right there talking to Shaq Thompson. I think that's it. All right, let me share my screen. I want to go over some of these articles that I was reading today. So YGM, this is on Sports Illustrated, all Panthers. YGM wants respect on his name. All right, this is what the article is about right here. Wants respect on his name. So I wanted to discuss this with you guys. We all know this organization has made some major changes when it comes to, this offseason. Okay. New quarterback, new head coach, coaching staff. We got fresh faces. And amidst these transformations over time, things are going to things are going to change, especially for a guy that hasn't really transpired as a second round pick like YGM. No, I'm not going to pronounce his name. That's why I call him YGM, because I can't pronounce his name and I get bashed every single time. It is what it is. But he's got to embracing a transition to a new position as an outside linebacker, which could benefit him in the long run, maybe, right? Now, if you go look at his stats in the first 3 seasons, right? And I'm looking at him right now. YGM has shown some promise. I will give him that. But he's only totaled up 12 tackles for a loss, 8.5 sacks in 3 seasons. Okay. Now, he has been effective when it comes to setting the edge. If you go watch his film, right? All right. And stopping the run. His pass rushing numbers have not reached the desired level as we would like. I feel that, though, nevertheless, when a new coaching staff is introduced to and introducing a player to a fresh scheme, I feel that YGM should see this as an opportunity rather than a setback. He's engaged. From my understanding, he has been engaging in one-on-one meetings with head coach Frank Wright to really understand the plan and to become, I think, more determined to excel in his new role. I feel that when it comes to easing a player into this kind of new transition, new scheme, right? The good thing is that YGM has spent some time this summer training with Brian Burns. All right. So who's also an all-pro, who is an all-pro defensive end, who's also another player transitioning from defensive end to outside linebacker. So I feel like if Burns can really use his experience at the position, during his rookie year, and give some guidance to YGM. You know, back in the day, these guys played together, you know, if you think about it, you know, you know, the thing is like they've been working out with each other since back at like the American Heritage, like in the high schools of Florida. They've been in lifting sessions, track workouts. They've studied coverage, linebacker strategies. I mean, now the thing is YGM, from my understanding, has now committed himself to just studying the play, but diligently embracing the process of improvement, which is what he should. And which a lot of the players are doing, obviously, right? So I feel like while preparing for this upcoming season, I think he's well aware of the discussion surrounding the Panthers needing another pass rusher. And then rather than ignoring the chatter, he draws that kind of chatter as motivation, for my understanding. You know, talk among fans, even myself, even analysts nationwide, you know, he's probably heard everything, you know, from every aspect that you can, right? But so he's trying to drive himself to prove himself that he belongs on the field. I think he's ready to silence the critics, obviously, because they wouldn't be coming out to show this article and show the world that he's a force to be reckoned with on the field. I just need to see it. I'll start putting some more respect on your name, YGM, until you actually start proving it to me on the field. All right. He needs to become the starter and prove to me that the 3 seasons that he had 8.5. So in 3 seasons, you've had 8.5 sacks. I need you to do that in 1 season. At least. Give me 8.5 sacks in 1 season, and then we'll talk. And I'll start putting more respect on your name. And I think that's a fair indication of what we're really asking for. We understand that Brian Burns is going to get 12, 13, 14, maybe 15 sacks a season. All right. Or even at least 10.5 like he got last year. Okay. I predict Brian Burns breaking our franchise sack record this year, honestly. I think that this new defensive scheme is going to fit his style of play very, very well. So I need you to get at least 8. I would say, I think a solid number would be 7 to 8 sacks in 1 season. And then I'll be happy. Because if you can add 7, 8 sacks a season with another guy who's putting 10, 11, 12 sacks on the other side, that's a tough defense to go up against every week. All right, let's move on to the next article that I was reading. Kind of want to share my thoughts about. Cade Mays has emerged, I think, as a strong contender for the right guard position. They're saying here, they're asking, has he? I mean, I think it's kind of obvious. I don't even know why I don't know why we're discussing this, but it's kind of like obvious, like, right? Because of Austin Corbett's injury, right? So now a crucial aspect of our team is our offensive line, revolves as a, with the rookie quarterback at the helm now, the success of the ground game and the pass game has to come from us having a great offensive line. Again, we finished top 10 last year, right? We made an NFC South title run with basically two different coaching staffs and a total different roster basically at this point. And now it's been just a revamped offensive line I feel like Bradley Bozeman has been our anchor at the center position. And, now Frank Wright has assumed, as our head coach, and he's inherited this, offensive line. And I feel like our offensive line aligns with the vision that Frank Wright is trying to provide here, right? With some new faces on the line, a different offensive system. And I know that Wright understands the importance of proving our worth once again as one of the top NFL's offensive line, right? But we face this problem of the fact that Austin Corbett who is recovering from ACL injury last year. I don't think there's any sense of panic, though. I truly believe that Mays is well capable of starting and stepping in and taking care of that position. We have several options to fill at the right guard. We brought in Justin McCray who has some experience with James Campen. And he's a valuable candidate. You got rookie Chandler Zavala, who I think shows promise, but is currently, he's still sidelined right now with a strained pec, but he'll be back. I think they've said that he could be possibly back by next week. We could start seeing him play. But then you got to talk about Cade Mays, who has made some impressive advancement when it comes to the mental approach of the game. Wright has even mentioned that Mays intelligent and growth as a player. And Campen has been giving some positive remarks about his just continuous just improvement of all the aspects of the game when it comes to that position. His versatility also has been shining through training camp. He has showcased his football IQ and athleticism very well. Even when asked to play fullback during his rookie season. So, if you go back and watch Mays's film from Tennessee, he's demonstrated some exceptional versatility. He's been playing all 5 positions on the offensive line before. He's got extensive experience, which allows him to understand the nuances of the game, comprehend each player's responsibilities, and just visualize and attack, right, and execute the plays. So I think the competition to right guard is still ongoing right now, but I think Cade Mays has emerged as the front runner just because of how he has really just commended himself onto the field and how he's progressed. So I think Mays is going to aim to solidify, this position as as his before training camp's over. So appreciate everyone joining the live stream. If you're just joining, my name's Clay Ropp. I am a Carolina Panthers content creator. I also am live at least once or twice a day. If you're just joining, make sure you pound the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. And always click that push notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new live streams or shorts that I post. You can also check me out on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. My names are right here. You can always follow me there too. I'm always posting on there as well. But yeah, that is today's live stream. I appreciate everyone joining. Appreciate everyone coming in and listening to me, giving my observations of today's training camp, the roster moves that were made, YGM, asking for respect on his name, and Cade Mays, the front runner for that right guard position. So again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. This will be available if you're just joining in. You can always go back and watch it. These are, they're replayable on YouTube. So feel free to always go back and watch it and pound the like button. I think, if I'm not mistaken, by the Carolina Panthers schedule, we have an off day tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think we have practice tomorrow, do we? Oh, shoot. FanFest is tomorrow. Okay. So we don't have practice on Thursday. Okay. So I'll probably watch, I wonder if there's a way to watch FanFest. I think there is. Hopefully I can. Let's see if there's a way to watch it. Now there's tickets, but I'm not gonna be able to tickets. I haven't watched it. first episode date. So maybe it'll be on, what will it be on to where I can watch it? If anybody knows, that would be great. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I might be able to watch it. Maybe I can do like a live reaction of the Fan Fest tomorrow night. And if I can find it, I will. I promise. If I can do a live reaction of it, I will. So obviously we're off on Thursday, so there's no practice Thursday. I'll definitely be live Friday. Oh no, birthday dinner's on Friday. So probably won't be live Friday. But I will be live maybe another day. But I will try to see if I can do like a live reaction of FanFest and watch it while I'm on here. So again, appreciate everyone joining the live stream again. Make sure you pound the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that post notifications bell, the nice little bell, so you always get notified when I'm live. All right. And you can also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. And as always, keep pounding.